Patigi APC Reconciliation Committee tour various wards in Patigi local government area of Kwara State. Enjoin members to bury their differences. The Patigi All Progressive Congress Reconciliation Committee on Tuesday toured Kwara district of Patigi local government area of Kwara State to reconcile the aggrieved members of the party. A statement issued by the secretary of the committee, Hussein Inda Muhammad, and made available to the Golden 247 said the committee was led by the chairman Alhaji Ibrahim Bala Sahat. The highlight of the meeting were the presentation of complaints by the aggrieved members from across three wards in Kwara district of Patigi local government area. Alhaji Bala during the tour said the committee is here to listen to each and every member of the party who is aggrieved in one way or the other with the activities of the party. He said the committee would be listening to complaints from the aggrieved members of the party before coming up with the necessary recommendation to restore the good relationship. As you are all aware, this committee is very important to our collective zeal of the opposition and rejuvenate our party for us to have a strong, stable and united APC. Therefore, we need everyone to come up with whatever complaint he or she has. This is an opportunity for you to hear out your grievances and seek for redress for the way forward of our dear party, as it's only when we are united we can talk of winning the election come 23. He added, in their responses, the aggrieved members who presented their grievances attributed to the gap in the communication among the party executive and the members. Speaking at the meeting, Mr. Kolo Nemaya from Pada called on the Governor Abramu lead administration to create empowerment programs to address the problems of the youth restiveness that he said will keep the youth engaged and their hopes in APC. Ahmed Baba, popularly known as Water, who spoke on behalf of the youth, pleaded with the state government to write an acceptance to the federal government on the just approved Campi Recreational Center, noting that the recreational center, if full in place, will create more jobs for the teeming youth of the district and will generate more revenue to the government. Mr. Ahmed Ewa from Bada too requested from the government to improve on our existing infrastructure in the district, like construction of more classrooms, provision of more potable waters, construction of community roads, especially the community that have viable markets, so as to serve as a link to the urban centers and to boost the socio-economic activities of this community. In his address, the party chairman Alhaji Muhammad Shansu, well appreciating the effort of the Reconciliation Committee, thanked the members of the All Progressive Congress for having faith in the government of the APC, and thereby call on the people to respect the zoning arrangement in the party by voting Senator Sadiq for the second tenure and all other candidates of APC, stating that our brothers who are contesting for Senate are not doing that in the interest of the constituency. I want to tell you that Senate is not yet our turn in party considering our zoning arrangement. Therefore, let's support the candidate of APC to complete his second term. Then come 2027 we can come out to contest But for now, let vote decide come 2023. After the towering of the bad district by the APC Reconciliation Committee, the APC Reconciliation Committee tore Patigi Joshit. Speaking at the meeting, Alhaji Hussaini from Patigi Ward 1 said the genesis of the problem arising from the nonchalant attitude of the ward chairman to give sense of belonging and togetherness to their members in the wards. He holds the executive members to continue to work in synergy with their stakeholders and other people in the ward for the overall development of the party. In his contribution, Baba Ahmad from Patigi 2 speak on the stoppage of the social investment program for the less privileged, that the payment of the stipend is going a long way in ameliorating the suffering of the less privileged, and urge government to sustain the program for the well-being of the people. Mr. Zakari from Patigi 3, who feels very worried and aggrieved, expressed his dissatisfaction on the manner the party is being handled by the leaders of the party, urging that party chairman should always close the communication gaps among the party members and thereby call for periodic meeting of APC in both local and ward level to strengthen the party and give it more grounds in the grassroots. The chairman, National Union of Road Transport Workers, Alhaji, popularly known as Fonio, who speak on behalf of the elders of the party he worked for, appreciate the landmark achievement of the present administration led by the chairman, led by Alhaji Abraman Abrazak, and the further call for improvement on some of the infrastructure diversity in the world across party district and entire local government area. According to him, there is need for government to consolidate on the existing project to cut across communities that are made up party before. Honorable Bangbo also called for regular meeting of the party where stakeholders and other people in the local government and world level will air out their views and suggestions to strengthen the party in the state and, however, expressed its dismay over inconsistency in the party activity. Ajia Fatima Badogi, who spoke on behalf of the other women, also pleaded with the government to absorb the disengaged sunset workers, teachers back to the system. Shortly after the tour, the party chairman Alhaji Muhammad Shamsu has received the campaign from the other party to APC. He therefore pleaded forgiveness after he is saying that all the complaints are being noted. We are going to raise our steps so as to executive body and as a party putting into consideration the observations and concerns raised by our party faithful because of our party is nothing but promoting people's welfare through life-touching programs and policies. The party chairman will echo the zoning arrangement of the position of the Senate and charge members to respect our zoning arrangement, saying that APC will not give into the antics of those trying to truncate the zoning arrangement in their desperation to occupy position, and call for members to massively vote for APC and vote for Senator Sadiq Umar Suleiman come 23, complete his second term. In the various meetings in the world, Governor Abraman Abrazak rated high on the infrastructural development in Patigi, Lade, and Pada, but urged to address too much infrastructure of the party faithfuls. Abraman Abrazak is the best governor that the state has ever produced in the history of Kwara State. Party executives, you are mostly criticized and your issues resolve around poor sense of belongings to the party members, lack of transparency among yourselves and the party members, supporters, poor communication network to the party members. Therefore, you need to sit up and retrace your steps. Politics is about numbers, and you need to keep your communication on any party activities to your members and supporters. Transparency, fairness, and justice should be your watchword, and you should live by them. Stick to your balance among the members of All Progressive Congress so as to move the party forward, said Patigi APC Reconciliation Committee Chairman Alhaji Bala Sahad.
All your complaints, grievances, and suggestions are noted for action. Henceforth, ward and local government meetings shall be conducted on a monthly basis for crossing of ideas and strategies for the 2023 Party LGA chairman. Party shall retrace their steps and take into consideration all your suggestions and observations and recommendations, said Patigi LGA APC Party Chairman Alhaji Muhammad Swanson.
In attendance were the party chairman Alhaji Muhammad Shamsu, Alhaji Bala Saad Ibrahim, Chairman Reconciliation Committee, and his team, Party Secretary, Mr. Danjuma Senatorial Umonida, Ajay Zainab Arno, Mr. Daniel Timothy, State Welfare Secretary, Malam Musa Karim Muhammad, APC House of Assembly, Aspirant, Party Constituency, others are Alhaji Salih Gabi, Hussein Nda Muhammad, Alhaji Shaba Muhammad, Alhaji Ndalu Gana Bada, Alhaji Muhammad Foni, Alhaji Ndagi Mindadi, Honorable Peter Haudu Sado, Alhaji Ntakotu Isa and Hussein Muhammad and others.